Hello guys, Dylan and Rogue here, and we are going to be watching Attention All Sonichu fans. And this is Chris Chan's message to the trolls, and it was originally uploaded in 2008. It's one of his earliest troll videos. So I hope you're ready to watch this. This is Chris Chan declaring war on the trolls. One of his first times. I know he did several videos like this, but this one somehow looks worse. It looks even more pixely and yellow.
PP filter.
It looks fucking terrible. I hope the mic quality is decent.
Attention.
Oh god. It's fucking blaring. I'm gonna have to turn it down.
Please.
All Sonichu fans on the internet who do not hate me.
All Sonichu fans who do not hate me. All 5 of you. No, that's generous. All 2 of you.
I like how he acknowledges that there's Sonichu fans that fucking despise him.
At this point, I think... I could be wrong, but I think at this point, like, this is after Clyde Cash, like, came around saying that his brother killed himself and that he was out for revenge on Chris. So Chris might have known that there were spiteful Sonichu fans, and this could be, like, after other people were bitching at him to continue the book, because I'm pretty sure this is his address telling people, destroy ED for me and I'll continue the comic.
Right, he's leveraging his assets.
Yeah, he's already trying to convince his audience to harass people. I would be afraid if Chris had a genuine fandom back then, because he could actually get shit done. Just telling them, go destroy this.
That's a terrifying thought.
Christian Weston Chandler. For I have an important message for y'all. If y'all would actually like me to bring up new stuff for Sonichu and conclude the stories, you could do so by taking...
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. Dear God, he's like peeking the mic.
He really is.
I have that Encyclopedia Dramatica page taken down so that I can feel more comfortable in drawing and coloring the comics that y'all...
I find it funny that at this point, Sonichu is already pretty much like halfway done. And Chris Chan's like, hey, you guys want me to complete the comic? Get ED down. Now ED isn't a problem anymore. The original ED is dead. The new ED sucks. There's no one, like, really trying to fuck with Chris, but he still isn't writing the comics. Like, people like Chris, they give him money all the time, but he still isn't doing the comics. He just wanted a reason to be lazy, and fighting against ED was that reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why he just can't...
He always will be.
I don't know why it took him so long to say, I just don't feel like doing it. Like, later on, he's like, I don't have creativity, I don't want to do it, I need time to rest. But at this point, he's like, if you need me to do stuff, get all the pictures of Rosechu with a dick down. Naming off impossible tasks for people to accomplish.
Thank God that he didn't have the kind of money to have shit taken down. Genuinely.
He still doesn't have that money. He spends it all on Legos. There's no way in hell he'll ever be powerful.
His autism is a blessing for anybody watching him.
His own incompetence prevents him from doing anything dangerous.
have grown to love. Not counting those who are giving me all the hate. But, on that note, I have the bigger update. If you want to send all your complaints for me not doing the work that I should be doing, you can send every last complaint to the one called Jason Kendrick Howe, also known as How Games or Liquid Snake. For he is, and I quote, in an email he sent me, the creator of the Encyclopedia Dramatica ED page for me. And he states further, my, you seem rather angry about it in your last YouTube video. A few months ago, you asked me why I made the page for you. My reason? You were too damn funny to ignore.
I love that, like, the troll tells him, you're being too funny for me to ignore. And Chris Chan's like, I know what to do. I'll make another video where I act like an idiot and acknowledge him.
Well, of course. I mean, information overload works, so why not overloading the trolls with a bunch of stupid autistic bullshit work?
Declaring war on him and telling my fans to attack him is definitely not entertaining.
No, not at all.
We got another super chat. Chris is getting an unironic fandom made Chris Chan getting an unironic fandom made him even more delusional than he already was. He'd never believe in cartoon cult if he didn't have enablers. He kind of already did, but not to this extent. But sadly, like, the whole reason why people are obsessed with Chris now and are trying to do shit is mostly because they actually know he'll give them attention. So they just keep doing this shit to get his attention. Like, no...
The genuine fandom shit, like people making their own
Yes.
Sonichu OCs.
Yes, and every time they talk to Chris and they communicate with Chris, it's usually just so Chris Chan will acknowledge them. Like, I don't remember their name. They just paid me to review their comic the other day.
Helena?
Like, who?
Is it Helena? The one?
Yes.
Yeah, they wanted to pay me to do it too.
Yes, they only paid me to look at their comics so Chris Chan would notice them. And now Chris Chan does notice them, so they're fucking happy because now they're like a CPU goddess and shit. I'm halfway convinced that that's why most people do Sonichu shit, because they're like, oh, Chris Chan will notice me and he'll talk to me.
Yeah, like I've talked to Helena and I was like, you realize this Chris is just fucking batshit insane. Like none of this is real, right? And they admitted they know it's all fucking bullshit. They just want
Everyone knows it's bullshit. Even fucking, what's her face? The one that recently quit. She knew it was bullshit too. But she still humored Chris Chan's fucking garbage because they think they're gonna get attention from Chris and that they can help him.
There's no helping Chris. And even then, if you get what good is attention from Chris? It just puts a fucking negative spotlight on you. People that orbit Chris and watch him, they're not to be fucked with.
I don't know why people keep trying to get close with Chris. I think you should just do your own things. Like, I never invite Chris to my streams. He just kind of shows up. I've invited him to be on a podcast, but he won't accept that. But every time he's shown up on my streams, he just wanders in. And I still ask people not to fuck with him.
You got to treat it like a zoo.
I just, like, Chris will show up, he'll say some shit, and then he'll leave. And that's how it should be. Like, you shouldn't go out seeking his attention or trying to get into Christery. Like, that's how you're gonna get yourself hurt in some way. He's either gonna dox you or he's gonna do something to hurt you by complete accident.
Yeah, it's best to let him come, say his little nuggets of autistic bullshit like George Floyd chew and call it a day.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. He'll show up regardless. You just have to let him do what he's gonna do and then leave.
That's one of the reasons I wish the comics were still in development, because some of the fucked up current event shit would be happening in his comics. Like George Floyd chew would be canon.
He's too lazy now. He said that when he was in Sonichu's body, he said that when he was in Quickville, he wrote like 100 issues of Sonichu in Quickville, but you can't read them because they're in Quickville.
Right.
And you can only see them after the merge happens.
That's never gonna happen then. I guess I just gotta read our stupid Earth comics.
So people got fucked. They got fucked out of their money. Like, he's like, donate money and I'll write the Sonichu comics. Oh, wrote them in another dimension. Can't blame me.
I mean, he still did the work. He's got that going for him.
Also, the page will not be brought down. Toodles. He is a dork of ages. Y'all should be setting.
He kind of is a dork of ages. Who ends their message with toodles, even if you're trying to troll Chris Chan?
I mean, he could be gay. It's kind of an effeminate thing to say. You got a problem with the homos, Dylan?
No, it's just a really lame way to fucking say goodbye in a conversation. Toodles.
I think that's such a fucking power move if you're intimidating during it. Like, imagine somebody beats the shit out of you. Like, they break a bottle over your head, you're on the ground bleeding out. The motherfucker picks you up, says, Toodles, and they fucking walk off. I fuck with that.
I would just kind of laugh after that. I can't help it. Like, that's just such a weird way to end it. Toodles. I don't get why Chris is angry over it. It's just such a goofy thing. It's like someone robs you, and then when they're leaving, Toodles.
You'd never forget it. It'd stick with you. It not only is it a traumatic experience, but then somebody said some really effeminate shit like that.
Every last complaint and hater towards rain out upon him. Send him every last email you can. shower him with as much hate as possible until that it's like
I'm wondering if like the hand motion is trying to like brainwash people. Like, is he trying to force his will on you by like reaching out to you?
He's trying to drain your soul out of your fucking body so
Or
he
does-
can bring you over to CWCville.
Does he think he's like a dictator, like someone who's like waving a command at someone?
It's like fucking Hitler when he was up on stage throwing his arms around, yelling at his soldiers. Kind of fuck with it.
It's kind of like a supervillain move from like a Saturday morning cartoon, but yet Chris thinks he's the good guy.
I mean, you'd shit if he'd started moving his arms around and the furniture in his room started floating.
Oh, at that point, no one would fuck with him.
He's fucking telekinetic.
I mean, but what can he do? He never leaves his house.
All the trash just moves to a different room. It's like those memes where people
is
trying to
taken
grab
down.
the street.
It's like
Oh my
Stranger Things, but autistic.
Along with him. And again, the email address.
I always liked how Chris wouldn't edit shit, so he just had pieces of paper. He had pieces of
Yeah.
paper ready to shove right up in front of the camera. And when I was a kid, I did this shit too. But I never got it to actually appear on camera. But somehow Chris always gets it legible. And I don't know how he does it. He's just really good at this. And
He's got a touch for cinematography, bro.
who wrote
Don't
this?
Do what?
Who wrote that? That doesn't look like Chris's writing.
That's his handwriting.
Okay, it looks a little bit nicer than how his usual handwriting is. Maybe he really tried here.
He used like a non-autistic way of holding a pencil for once.
Like, usually his handwriting is crooked as all hell. Like, it leans, like, to the right heavily because of how he holds his pencil.
I've tried to write, like, I've got curious to see if I could write holding a pencil the way he does, and it's fucking impossible. I don't know how he does it.
Send all your hatred to him. Every last ounce. Because he is the man to complain to, for he is the one who...
That email address is not up anymore, and fucking Jason Kendrick Howell probably would like it if you fucked with him. He was a shit poster like that. Fucking, these guys are all gone. All their shit is gone. That's not docs. That's not docs, and if it was docs, like, he's had fucking, what, 10 years of prep time? A whole decade of prep time to change that email?
Was that even his real name, or was that a pseudonym?
No, it's all pseudonyms. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure
lose.
he's Clyde Cash in all of them. It's all just fake. It's all just people switching names constantly. None of them are real.
created that dang page. And that's for you, Jason Kendrick Howe. As sure as I am to get at least 1 ounce of vagina, I have your number, and you're going down.
I don't know why.
I guess he never went fucking down because he never got an ounce of vagina. Or, well, normally.
I don't know why he said I've got your number. Like, he does. Is that a saying he stole from some movie I didn't watch?
Maybe his phone number or something?
I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, but yeah, he didn't go down. The only time the trolls left Chris is when they got tired of fucking with him. Chris's attempts at blackmailing anyone has never worked. Like, the only time he actually thought he doxed someone was with Surf Shack Tito. And he actually just got the information of a different YouTuber who immediately said, yeah, that's me. That's not him. Why do you think that's him? And he also thought that he doxed someone else. I forget who it was, but he ended up calling them a trans person. And they're people still to this day think that they're that trans person.
Really?
Yeah. Who was it? It was the one that hung out with Clyde Cash all the time. I don't remember his name. Was it Jack Thaddeus?
I think so.
Yeah, Jack Thaddeus. That's who it was. Okay. Yeah, Jack Thaddeus. People thought that Jack Thaddeus was a trans person, and I had to say in my video, I'm like, no, that's a completely different person. They've already denounced Chris Chan. They've already acknowledged that that's not them. And they were purposely picking other lolcows for Chris Chan to target, so the lolcows would make fun of him. It wasn't Jack Thaddeus. Every time Chris thought he doxed someone, he failed. And now, since he thinks he's helping people, he's accidentally doxing them. So every time he's been malicious, it blew up in his face. And every time he's tried to be good, it ends up blowing up in his face.
He's so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. Like, the amount of stupidity that's able to manifest in one person is honestly impressive.
But yeah, this video was pretty funny. I liked this video. There wasn't a lot to talk about with it. It's just another one of his generic hate mail videos. If you want to get rid of trolls, this is not the way to do it. This is probably one of his least entertaining videos. I like it when Chris spurgs out, like when he throws shit and fucking starts screaming. This is like one of his most generic videos where he's trying to act normal.
Yeah, but I feel like a majority of his videos are like that, though. Like, probably at least a third of them are just him mad at the fucking internet, telling people to go do things for him.
Yeah, but usually he has more, like, he's more of a cartoon character when he does that. But this time he's just looking at the screen saying, do it. The most he did was lift his hand up. Like, that's the biggest moment in this stream, is where he lifts his hand up.
He's using the fucking Force.
Maybe it was an attempt to use the Force. He knows about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully you guys like this stream. If you like it, hit the like button. If you really like it, share. And if you want to see more, then subscribe. We'll be back before you know it, probably another month from now. See you guys then. Thank you, Rogue, for being on, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.